G'day, have I got a story for you? Check the disclaimer. Season 1, Episode 48, Objurgations. I wake up. Oh, where am I? I'm wrapped in a blanket. I remember this room. It smells odd, musty. I get up and smooth out the blanket on the floor where it goes, making sure there are no wrinkles in it. I really wish I was somewhere else. Actually, it doesn't really matter where I am. Every place I go, people hurt me. I sit on the little fluffy chair for a long time. I'm not sure how long I've been sitting here. There are no windows underground, so no sun or movement of shadows. If I was in that room on the surface, I would know the passage of time from the shadows moving across the wall. My guess would be about half a day, so about 6 hours. I used the loo twice. I am only allowed to use the loo once a day on the surface. Is twice allowed here? There is no one to ask. I'm glad I know where it is, and I'm glad no one arrived when I was in there. This may not be the most aesthetically pleasing place to be, but to be left alone anywhere is nice. I wonder if I will be left alone for days. Oh, what just happened? Was I just somewhere else? I distinctly remember babies, lots of them, and also magpie babies in their nest. Were there also koalas? Why am I remembering so many unusual things about the backyard and the front yard of the surface house? Is there something I should remember about the house across the street on the left? I don't even know why I'm thinking about all this. I'm hungry, but that's not unusual. I'm often hungry. How many days until I will eat this time? Maybe I could get some water from the kitchen. Am I allowed to do that? If I was on the surface, I could get water from the backyard tap and apricots from the tree when I can reach them. I could also find walnuts that fall from the neighbour's tree. I decide to just stay where I am for a while. I don't want to be caught drinking water in the kitchen. How long has it been? Maybe another 2 hours? I'm getting sleepy. Should I wrap myself in the blanket again? Should I go to sleep? Actually, I think I should drink some water first. If I don't drink it now, it seems like I won't be able to drink any at all. I quickly go to the kitchen. I take a little paper cup and fill it with water. Then again, and a third time. I was thirsty and these cups are small. I put the paper cup in the little bin with all the others, and as I leave, I hasten my step and quickly return to the little fluffy seat. Why does it seem like I need to rush and stay sitting on the chair rather than wrap myself in the blanket to sleep? I hear a whooshing sound, and I know what that means. Someone just arrived. I hear the mangler's footsteps. They're unmistakable. I hear him walk into the 2 rooms with the MMs, then check every room on his way down the hall. Oh, his thoughts. He still remembers his petrified idea for Claude. And why is he thinking of it as situate exposures? Oh, I see, he thinks it's clever. He's going to get Margaret to situate the exposures. Wouldn't it be easier to say place the roses? He wants Margaret to think that only someone with an immensely superior intellect would think of such a clever name. Why? He thinks of Margaret as inferior, a nobody, good for nothing but following his orders. So why does he want to impress her? Now he's thinking about me and all those people he has sent out to find me. Find me? I was never lost. How can they find me if I am here? I pull my cold legs up onto the chair and wrap the little fur coat around them. He walks in and looks around. Did he see me? Maybe not. So as he turns to leave, I say, I am cold. Oh, he shook. He didn't think anyone was here. The expression on his face says it all. But I hear his extremely loud thoughts anyway.
What are you doing here? Are you the child I experimented on? How could I forget? What am I going to say to all those people I sent out looking for you when you were here all along? How long have you been sitting there? I can't let anyone know about this. What am I going to do?
He's looking straight at me. Does he want answers? I can answer those questions easily. I repeat each question so he knows what I am answering. You asked,
what are you doing here?
I am sitting on the little Gatine photoshoot chair. Then you asked,
are you the child I experimented on?
No, you didn't experiment on me here. You asked,
how could I forget?
Easily, the drug you were given was so that you would sleep and forget. Then you wondered,
what am I going to say to all those people I sent out looking for you when you were here all along?
The truth, of course.
How long have you been sitting there?
I estimate between about 8 and 10 hours, but it's difficult to know for sure underground. Your last question was,
what am I going to do?
My guess would be your usual objurgations. You seem to spend a lot of time working out how to criticize people and how to give unwarranted harsh reprimands, making them sound like they were warranted. That's what you usually do. However, lately, you seem more fixated on your petrified plan and situate exposures. He's thinking again.
Did I say all that out loud? How could I have been so careless? I am not careless, I am brilliant. Since she's answering lots of questions, here's one.
Oh, I see. He's going to ask me a question with his voice. He asks,
what was I given? Who gave it to me?
I don't know the actual name of the drug, I answer. I don't think it was given a name. I only know that it was from the last vial left of a memory inhibitor that he created. He took the sleeping drug from your bag, so you probably know what that drug was. To answer your other question, a man injected you.
What man?
The Mangler asks. Why are you asking me that? I ask, when you already know who it is. He is seething. I can feel it, and he's going through all the objurgations in his mind that he will use when he next sees Claude. That is now changing his mind. He likes his situate exposures and petrified plan far more than anything else he could say. Now he's wondering who he experimented on. Oh, he's decided to ask me.
Who did I experiment on? Whose results were they?
He asks. I am actually surprised that he even entertained the idea that I might know. So I say, about 6 years ago, you experimented on a 5-year-old boy, number 274, and 2 girls. The girls were numbers 268A and 268B, 4-year-old twins. I stopped watching Claude's thoughts after a while because he kept changing his mind as to which girl had the higher mind ability results. The endurance results were from the boy. He sort of growls loudly.
Claude!
He is wondering how many other results were fabricated by Claude. He is looking forward to Wednesday, when Margaret will place the roses, or should I call it,
situate the exposures.
He has decided to be there and look Claude in the eyes, as he is petrified, being the stone kind of petrified. Ew. How awful. Why am I listening to his mind? Oh, I'm not. His thoughts are just extremely loud. He has exited the room and left me here. How long will I sit here this time? Will he leave the lair? When will Claude and Emil come? Maybe the morning. When is that? There's no way to know. I could look for Claude in Emil's thoughts and find out, if I can find them. I no longer want to have anything to do with the Mangler's thoughts. I start an underground scan, expanding exponentially. I'm sure I've found their living areas before. Okay, there's Claude's thoughts. That was fast. It's almost 8 p.m. Claude is wondering what happened regarding the needle he gave the Mangler. Did he
have enough memory inhibitor left to do an adequate job? What if it wasn't enough? What am I going to do? I have to believe it was enough. At least those experiment results look legit, so that's no problem. I wish I'd never met this man. I wish I didn't get such high marks. Then I'd probably have an ordinary job on the surface. I haven't seen the sun in so long. Will he ever let me go? Do I need to do something impressive for him to let me work elsewhere? Remarkable enough for him to want me to develop it further, but not so impressive that he'd want to steal it from me. It would have to be something not quite finished, and while he's waiting for me to finish it, I disappear. Go to another country and live a quiet, unremarkable life with no chance of being found. Did I have enough memory inhibitor left to do an adequate job?
Oh dear. Now he's spiraling, thinking the same things again. I continue to wait and listen to hear if the Mangler leaves, but there's no quiet whooshing sound, so he's still here. Besides, I can hear the occasional loud thought. Eventually I hear hurried footsteps. He comes quickly over, roughly pulls the little fluffy coat off me and tosses it aside. Why? Now I'm cold. He grabs my arm so tight that it hurts. I wish he wouldn't do that. He carries me by his side, walking so fast that my feet cannot keep up, so I raise them off the floor. He holds me lower to make sure my legs and feet scrape on the dirt floor. It hurts. Oh, he's holding so tight that my arm is going numb. Has he done this before? He steps into the ugly painting at the end of the hall, taking me with him. We step out into a small room, and I know where we are. It is the small hidden room next to his office. He is doing everything so quickly. In his office, he shoves a big paper bag over my head, and it covers me almost down to my belly button. He picks me up by the ankle, and my head hits the floor. The bag is falling off. My head hurts. Oh. I wake up and know that I am in an MM. I scan. Yes, an MM. And there's no one around, so I open my eyes. I don't see anything. It is pitch black in here. Which room am I in? This seems too small to be an infirmary. I scan further. Oh, I'm in that little room where the spare is kept, opposite the Candy Girl rooms. I have been here before. The is removing the needles, and it should be the end of the cycle. But the vibrations, and that frequency, that noise, I can still hear it. Oh, I'm assuming that this is one of those rare times that it will turn me over to complete the repair. Maybe the back of my head. It actually hurts a lot. Did I hit my head on something? I assume it is the evening, so I scan to find out if I am correct and where the night staff are. The cleaning ladies have finished their shift and are sitting together on level 10, the cafeteria. I've been here at night before. They clean level 10 last, so they can finish with cuppas and snacks, with the whole cafeteria to themselves for a while. The level 7 daytime staff and clean-up crews are finished for the evening, and the 5 men who are supposed to be monitoring the cameras all night are sitting playing cards together, as usual. The is holding me in place as the needles penetrate the back of my head. I have had this done a few times, and it hurts as much now as I remember. I would try to think about something else, but what else is there to think about? The only good memories I have are sitting on the back doorstep with the dog. But when I try to think about that, it reminds me of all the awful things that have happened there. Earlier today, I remembered something about babies. Was that a good memory? Were there also koalas and tiny magpies that recently hatched? I remember a theatre with beautifully sewn costumes. I remember listening to the orchestra practicing. Is this a different place, a different memory to the koalas, magpies and babies? How can I remember a theatre when I'm sure I've never been to one? Did I see it in someone else's memories? Why am I remembering beautiful, wide hallways and many ornate rooms filled with is this making me go to sleep for this repair? What was I thinking? Oh, I'm so sleepy. I wake up in an I think. It is pitch black. I scan to find out where I am. I'm in the same I was in when I fell asleep. That's unusual to fall asleep and wake up still in the same place. It's early in the morning according to Stella's thoughts. She lets me know in her thoughts that no slabs are scheduled for experimentation on the top 5 levels today. When I am here, Stella and I coordinate to rescue these precious people that the scientists call slabs. When they are headed for the furnaces, we redirect them to Cassandra's hospital, where many are revived and go on to live good, long lives. I'm glad I remember all this today. I never know what I will remember each time I wake up. Sometimes I don't even remember my own name. Oh, the Mangler just arrived. He is planning on pretending to find me here after his morning coffee. Everyone he sent to look for me will be harshly reprimanded and criticised. Once again, he has decided on ridiculously long, drawn-out, unjustified objurgations. Thank you so much for joining us with a cuppa. We appreciate your company.